Hi everyone, this is Jen from Cookies, Cupcakes, and Cardio.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make a fondant Easter bunny just in time for Easter. So what you're going to need in order to make this little fondant bunny will be white fondant and pink fondant. You're also going to need 3 different sizes of round cutters. So what I'm using is a Wilton number 12 tip to cut his cheeks out and his eyes out. The bigger end for the cheeks, the smaller end for the eyes. And then I'm just using a standard, it's about an inch and a quarter round cutter to do the bunny's actual face. And then if you happen to have one of these leaf cutters, it comes in one of the flower kits that you can buy for making flowers. You can use this for the ears, which I just found was a really good cheat. Or obviously they're so small and they're quite an easy shape, you can just freehand cut them out. I'm using a black edible writer to do the pupils, fondant roller, some gum paste glue, or what you can just use, which is just as effective for a project like this, is just a little container of water and a paintbrush. So I'm going to clear the stuff away and show you how to do it. So the first thing you're going to need to do is roll out your white fondant. I'm just using a small amount because I'm only going to just do one head just to show you how to do it. So I'm just rolling out the fondant and I'm going to cut all the pieces first right away. So using the large circle, I'm going to cut out the head space. Then using both ends of the number 12 tip, I'm going to cut 2 cheeks and flip it over, and I'm going to cut 2 eyes. You can put these to dry over on the side of your work. This is just a piece of parchment paper so it doesn't stick to them. And what I'm going to do next is cut from here the rectangle shape for the teeth. So I'm just going to use a pastry cutter. You can use anything you need. And it's going to be about 1/4 inch thick. And at this point, I don't need any more of the white. So what I'm going to do to get the teeth done first, because when I was making the demos, I found that if you put the teeth on last, the cheeks, you have to lift up the cheeks in order to get the teeth underneath. So I'm just going to, it's about 1/4 inch thick and about probably just under 1/2 inch for the length of the teeth. Nice buck-toothed rabbit here we'll have. Okay, so there's that piece. Can let everything, pull it over here. I'm just using a little mini spatula to lift everything up. And with the last pieces here, I'm going to cut out the ears. And like I said in the beginning, you can use, you can just cut the ears freehand into the same similar shape. Just cheating a little bit here. So being done with the white fondant, remember you always want to store your fondant in some sort of sealable bag or sealable container. Helps extend its life and for it not to dry up. Make sure the air is pressed out of the bag. Now to get the ears, you want to do the ear part first. This is just a leaf former, a forming tray. So I'm going to put the ears just over top of the tray just so they can have that curve to them. You don't have to do this by any means. It just gives the rabbit a little bit more of a lifelike. And you're just going to let that sit there for a couple hours. These ones have been drying for a while and they'll be ready for me to show you how to put them on. So just put that to the side. So working with this here, what we're going to do first is give the rabbit some teeth. It's really simple just to do all this stuff. So all I'm going to do is just use my little spatula. You can use a knife or a toothpick or anything. Just right in the middle, I'm just going to give him what looks like 2 teeth. And using just a little bit of gum glue or water, just put a little bit where you want your teeth to go. Just like that. Then we're going to put on the cheeks. A little bit of gum glue. We want the cheeks to overlap over top of where the teeth are starting. Makes them nice and chubby. Okay, so we've got our rabbit teeth and his cheeks, or her I should say. And the next step is to put the eyes on. At this point, before you put the little pink nose on, I found it easiest to either use a little bit of black fondant to put the pupils on, or to use your edible writer at this point, because the edible writers this one is quite fat, and you tend to get a little bit of the ink on the side of the nose. So just to be precise, I'm just going to use it before I put the nose on. Just going to do a little dot. Some tapping right in the center of the white piece for the eyes. And then from your pink fondant, you just need a really small amount. You can see it's about tiny, tiny amount, but you can do it whatever size you want for your rabbit's nose. Roll it into a ball. And using a little bit of gum glue just on the edges of the cheek and the edges of the eye. It's going to put a nose on our rabbit. Okay, so we're done the face of the rabbit. And after you have let your ears dry, if you're choosing to do that, you will attach the ears at that point. So this one I have to let dry as well. So I'd let everything sit for a couple of hours. But on the magic of YouTube, I have one bunny face that's almost dried here. Try to get that guy, he's too soft. So this one is almost dry. I'm gonna flip him over. And using gum glue, just above the eyes, where I wanna put the ears on. You can put the gum glue on the ears too, whichever you're more comfortable with. I'm just gonna press the now dried ears onto the back of the rabbit. And then I'm just going to let them dry. So I'm gonna give a little press on the front too. Let them dry for a while there. So it takes a couple of hours with the amount of drawing in it. If you want it to be a little bit faster, slightly faster, you could use gum paste if you wanted, since it's white. Yeah, so it's just a really quick, easy thing, perfect for any sort of rabbit celebration you want to use it for, Easter or whatnot. So I hope you enjoyed this quick idea on how to make a rabbit cupcake topper. So remember to subscribe to our channel. Thanks everybody for watching. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+.